And live from Vermont, it's F This Farm.
He still hasn't found music.
Yep, that is correct. I've been off for 2 weeks and I did not get music. Apologize to our two fans out there, Mom and Sister. Erica's listening to goats in the background.
Sorry, it's goat video in the background.
All right, focus. It's time to focus. So this is our first episode in 2 weeks, and our fans want to know what we've been doing.
Just digging ourselves deeper in this hole.
We're literally digging holes for trees, is what she's saying.
Yeah, literally, we're digging holes for trees. Yeah, so we have the garden is under a black tarp to kill off any perennial grasses. So the garden we're just waiting for grass to die so that we can put our plants in the ground and for it to not freeze over. I think our last frost date is like May 15th or something like that. So we still have like 6 weeks, but in about a month, we are getting a huge shipment of, not shipment, I don't know, it's not a shipment.
A delivery? We are going to pick up.
We're picking them up, yeah.
From the counties, from different counties in Vermont. We are picking up probably, 200 plus plants. Yeah. Bare root, if that's correct. Some of them are bare root. And they are all recommended for our area. Sure. And that's important. Tell us why, Erica. I don't know why.
Jesus Christ. Bare root just means that they don't have roots on them. So they literally just look like sticks. And some of them are just going to be sticks that we're going to put in the ground and hope to God they grow. So we went through the Natural Resource Conservation Service, and they have a ton of different programs. Some of them are just for farmers, some of them are just for landowners, but you can buy trees from them really, really cheaply. And I thought it would be great to get a couple of apple trees maybe, and like an oak, and
one thing led to another.
Yeah, one thing, we had a couple too many glasses of wine
and maple syrup,
and we have 200 plants coming at the end of the month and nowhere to put them. So this is going to be the month of digging holes.
Well, we got plenty of places to put them. You just got to dig 200 holes by May 1st.
Yeah. No. Yeah, May 1st.
Yeah. And we got to figure out how to get them in our truck. So it's going to be a fun thing. But we are trying to make this into a farm.
Yeah, and I mean, it's part of that is just kind of stressful because we're just trying to visual. There's a lot of balls in the air. Like, shut up.
I don't. Focus.
I am recording with a 12-year-old child. We are juggling many balls and trying to just visualize this landscape and what it's going to look like in 10 years and how big trees are going to get, right? We have these crazy spreadsheets right now and how far we need to space each different type of plant and tree, how big that plant and tree is going to get, how wide it's going to get, and just trying to make sure that we're putting things in places where they're not going to create problems for us or other plants, right? I mean,
right. Like something might be good next to another bush for like the first 5 years, but after 10 years, like they could start, competing or shading each other out. So you have to.
Yeah. So there's just a lot to figure out. And we've had to deal with that already. I mean, when we moved in here, there was this giant cottonbud tree, probably 10 feet from the house, And it was true. It was the biggest tree on the property, and it had to come down. It was too close to our septic tank. It was just hanging over our roof. They drop limbs like crazy, and it was a hard decision to cut that tree down, but it's something we had to do, and we don't want to have to do that again. So yeah, just looking at this sort of like blank slate and moving these puzzle pieces around to try to figure out where things should go. And you think, okay, you're on whatever 18 acres, like surely there's a place for everything, and there is, but there's like 1,001 microclimates on this property where we have soil that's really wet in one area, soil that's really rocky in one area, and so pairing up the right trees in the right area and the right plants in the right area is
it's a puzzle.
I don't know how God did it, man.
He didn't. Science.
What the fuck?
I don't know if I believe that.
You better take that back.
Senora, then
He's winking. I swear. He didn't mean it.
That was a joke.
We got a lot riding on Faith right now.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess going forward, like we kind of just threw some stuff in the ground this fall, and we threw garlic, and it's not doing too hot right now, so we're just trying to avoid that situation.
Yeah, we have some sacrificial plantings that we've already made. The garlic in the fall was probably one of them. I sent someone to pick up straw in September when we planted this garlic, and I emphasized pretty seriously how important it was that he ask whoever he gets the straw from that it be seed free, because otherwise...
Do not blame this on me, because I asked, and you even had a conversation with them to make sure, and they said it was seed free.
He picked up bales from more than one location, and one of the bales was not seed free. I wasn't there. I'm not placing blame on anyone. I just know that the straw that we put over the garlic in the fall is now taking root.
I'm gonna go take care of that today. Tomorrow.
We have lots of little grass seedlings sprouting out of our garlic bed, and we're gonna do our best to save the garlic, but it might just be an offering to the gods at this point. We'll see.
Yeah, after that last joke, we might need to do that.
Yeah. Other than that, we're moving along with the birds, with the chickens. Drove across state lines to get some more eggs. So we have 37 eggs in the incubator right now. We're hoping that half of them hatch. Hatching eggs is just really difficult. There's a lot that can go wrong, and there's a lot that does go wrong. So we're hoping for about half of the eggs to hatch, and this time next year those chickens will hopefully be laying eggs, and we will be selling them to enthusiastic egg hatchers like ourselves.
I think right now we're getting way too many eggs just of our 3 chickens. They're laying 3 eggs a day. I think we eat like half an egg a day, pretty much. Like on average.
How do you eat half an egg a day?
I'm just saying average. Like if we have an egg today, we don't have one tomorrow. So on average, we eat half an egg.
Or an egg every other day.
Right. I'm just saying if you average it out.
Okay. Math. Sure. Yeah, we're giving some eggs away. And the A-frame, A-frame chicken tractor it's an A-frame. We got the
I did it.
The A is standing, so now we have to put the siding up and finish the coop and put some wheels on it, because right now it's literally just a giant A. But
the A-frame is for the chickens. We're making chicken tractors.
Yeah. In another episode, we talked about that. Our chicken tractors.
Speaking of other episodes, I think our first episode I said we're getting dwarf Nigerian goats. And guess what, guys? She told me don't say anything, but we're getting them now for real. Yeah.
Yeah. Go on.
We're getting 2 male Nigerian dwarf goats. We're getting 2. I got nothing else besides that. What else was I gonna say?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm a pushover. I didn't want this to happen. But it's happening, and yeah, we came to that decision. Originally, okay, so goats are a giant pain in the ass. There's 1,001 things that can kill them. I don't know why we decided to take these on as our sort of like first big livestock animal after chickens.
They're so cute.
Yeah, Armando is just sort of in love with the way they look, and we've had really bad goat experiences. Like every person that we have interacted with who has goats is batshit crazy, and their goats are just reflections of their neurosis. So we actually haven't had a lot of pleasant experiences with goats. People treat goats, like goat people treat their goats like dogs, which is a real problem with when you do that with something that has horns and hooves. Like a dog jumping on you sucks, right? A fucking goat jumping on you and karate chopping you in the throat with its hoof is really fucking horrible, and that has happened to us more often than I think either of us would like to admit.
More than once, at least.
Yeah, so I wasn't super excited about the idea of getting goats, but we do have a lot of like natural food for them that we kind of need to control. And so getting them is one of the reasons we're getting them is to sort of help eat a ton of the browse, which are like sticks and brush and bushes, because that's what they eat. They prefer that over grass, unlike sheep.
And their soil goes right into the ground like rabbits.
Their soil?
Their poop, sorry.
Yeah. They're like rabbits in that respect, where we can put their poop right on our plants without burning the plants. So those are sort of why we originally started thinking about goats. And also we are kind of, I don't know, like goat milk is okay. I mean, it's good enough. But the Nigerian dwarf goats, that's the breed we're getting. They're one of the smallest breeds, and they supposedly make really delicious, rich milk. It's one of the more sort of preferred, not even preferred, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Delicacy?
Sure, I don't know.
I don't know if it can be a milk delicacy.
Yeah, I don't know. People rave about Nigerian dwarf goat milk.
I just go crazy for it. It's so good.
When I say people, I mean people at the farmer's market who are selling it to us. So originally that was another reason why we were looking at goats, but I felt super overwhelmed at the idea of taking on a female goat, a doe, and having to deal with her getting pregnant and milking her and all of this. And so we decided to sort of push off any sort of milk production and just focus on getting 2 goats that can eat all of the goddamn weeds that are here that we don't want to be here. So we got 2 neutered baby male goats. They are called wethers when they've been neutered. If they're not neutered, they are bucks or bucklings when they're kids. And
kids are their names for tiny ones, babies.
Yeah. So yeah, they're 4 weeks old right now. We're getting them in a month. And we didn't get to pick the color of the goats. They were just nobody really wants wethers, and so these were the only 2 that they castrated, and all the other ones were left intact. So they're just going to be bucks, and we just said, all right, we'll take the wethers. And Armando already named them.
Yukon and Russet after potatoes.
Yeah. Even though they can't eat potatoes, they're poisonous to them. One of the many things that can kill them.
It's the only way I'll remember not to give them potatoes.
Yeah, so that's why we went with wethers.
It's low risk.
Low risk. They're significantly